You know what I like? What I really like most about this is the ability to have people somewhat interested in what we have to say and being politely, to criticize politely and try to want to help us, and having the ability to just shit all over that and be obnoxious. Because that's who we are. That's who we've always been.
Oh shit, this is some really good CBD.
Yeah. It's going to help you sleep. It's good for depression.
And digestion.
Doesn't cause indigestion.
It's weird though. I think CBD is the gateway drug because every time I smoke some CBD, I'm like, God damn, I want to suck some dick.
Right?
For crack.
It just opens you that it activates some type of gene hidden in certain people because, I don't have that. I've only tried this stuff a couple of times and I never cared too much to delve into that world.
What, crack?
No, it's any type of drugs.
Oh.
I've never caught the fever.
I would have a really hard time classifying. Like, having lived the life that I've lived and knowing the things that I know, I have a really hard time classifying CBD. Pot's not a drug. Like, it's just not.
Well, you say that because that's what you have to defend your stance. I think that you have that gene in you.
No, I'm not. I don't. When it comes to weed, I don't even have a stance other than adults should be able to do what the fuck they want.
I think that you're just jealous that you have to. You're frustrated that you have to defend your position because you're a deviant who is who just is driven by this stuff, and you're jealous that I could be exposed to it and be nonplussed.
All right, last hit from the old water pipe, and I'm gonna put this.
Well,
but yeah, we get some good advice, some criticism. The water pipe, dude was saying it's not that he has any like moral opposition to it. He said it's just the noise is distracting.
Right. And he wants just who he is. He wants us to. He gave me this advice because he's like, this is what you guys could do to make it better. Just based strictly on quality, not on any moral disposition.
Yeah. So at any rate, I'm getting the water pipe noises out of the way here at the very tippy top, so as not to be a bother throughout the whole thing.
Yeah. No, that's totally true. Yeah,
last one. There we go.
That's like the third last one. I mean, that's typical for any addict. It's always just tomorrow. It's I'm gonna get tomorrow's a.
You gotta.
Tomorrow is a hell of a drug. I'll tell you that.
Tomorrow's
right now. It is.
Explain,
dude. Tomorrow is the best of us. Tomorrow contains all the opportunities that we've ever had in our lives, and it's going to start tomorrow. I've done that too. It's like, man, I've been eating kind of shitty lately.
Getting high on a future that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's like I've been eating kind of shitty lately. Not really. I'm kind of slipping on my workouts and stuff like that. But you know what? I'm gonna just kind of eat. I'm gonna eat McDonald's tonight. Whatever. I've already slid this far.
We'll start
tomorrow. I'm gonna kill it. Tomorrow, dude, the me from tomorrow, that dude's he's the shit.
He's got his shit together.
He does.
The me right now looks up to the me tomorrow.
Right? That guy's my fucking hero.
Yeah. And then I get to tomorrow and it turns out it's just today all over again. No, I had McDonald's this morning. I'm not proud of it, but I'm certainly not ashamed.
Well, I mean, there's things on the menu that you can have.
Not what I ate.
Right.
I don't go to McDonald's looking for something like health appropriate.
Right. I just say that because the bulk of my weight loss was done working a very on-the-go job where people eat out a lot. And I ate McDonald's a lot. But I think I ate like Egg McMuffin. That's probably the most decent thing that they have. Definitely for breakfast. Maybe on the whole menu because it has a real egg. It's not those weird folded powdered eggs.
Which those are fucking amazing, by the way. I love them shits. That's like a carpet of eggs.
No, they fucking suck.
I fucking love them.
Well, you're crazy.
Brooke can't eat eggs.
You probably like gravy from a package, too.
No comment?
All right, that's what I thought.
No comment. I eat so clean though, like all the fucking time. Like I don't feel bad at all.
Oh yeah, I'm not shitting on you for going to McDonald's. What I'm just saying is like there's I mean if you have to, there's options. At least for breakfast. The rest of the day I'm not so sure. I mean if you're in a pinch, I mean maybe eat some nuggets.
Right.
It could be you could do a lot better, you could do a lot worse.
Yeah, well there was this I can't remember the dude's name, but he did this thing where he lived off of food found in a fucking Easy Mart for like a month.
So it's basically like Supersize Me on a lower level.
Well, on a way higher level because there's like nothing nutritional at an Easy Mart. But he was doing this to prove that you could lose weight eating fatty, high calorie foods, and he was saying that weight is, and you already know this, it is 100% tied to caloric intake. Yes. So all he did was he just ate ding dongs and ho hos and chips and shit like that for a month, but he stayed hypocaloric and lost weight. And I mean, like it's not a healthy way to go, you know. But he was just proving a point that you can lose weight doing this. So I mean, like, yeah, you can absolutely lose weight eating McDonald's, you know, or whatever. It's just an amount of, you know, you have to be mindful of the calories you're taking in. Not saying that again. Not saying that that's a healthy thing to do. It is fucking not. It is super not. But like you say, in a pinch when you're working on the road and shit, you know, truck drivers out there, construction guys.
Yeah, you could do a lot. You could do a lot worse. You could do a lot worse at home than an Egg McMuffin. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I know so many fucking people that eat like a couple Hot Pockets. I used to do this. Eat like 2 Hot Pockets and call it a meal.
The idea of that just makes me sick.
Anymore, it makes my asshole want to throw up into my stomach.
Well, you know, I've been getting back on, getting back to taking better care of myself, and I think
good for you. You're looking good, by the way.
Even after like a week and a half, I had a day where I was like, I kind of feeling a little sluggish, want some caffeine. Then I got one of those like Starbucks energy shot coffee things.
Yeah.
And I was like, it tastes kind of good. But just like 2 hours later, I felt like shit. Like it was tearing my stomach the fuck up. It's like, you know what? I would have been better off just taking fucking pre-workout before I went to work.
Yeah. I think, I like a cup of coffee in the mornings. You know, I always, I usually, I'll do my pre-workout and then I'll work out and stuff. And then afterwards, a lot of times I like to, I'll have a cigarette and a cup of coffee with Brooke. And I love my coffee.
Right.
But you're absolutely right. With that shit that you get off of an Easy Mart shelf, the Starbucks glass bottle thing, that shit is not fucking coffee, dude.
This was one of the ones in a can that's it's basically an energy drink.
Yeah, that shit is not coffee, bro.
Which was the main reason I got it. But I typically don't drink stuff like that. But I know I don't like Red Bull, and I don't like Monster. I've never liked any of that stuff. But I kind of like coffee now and then. I was like, I'll get this. And it was a bad fucking idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of want to pivot this?
Pivot this? You got an idea?
No, I mean, it's like we're already talking about this. You want to pivot this to just talking about health a little bit?
Might as well.
I mean, we're
just for a little while.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling that now.
It's what's up right now.
And it's organic.
Yeah.
Right.
I like it. I'm drinking Red Bull right now. I like Red Bull.
Well, I'm drinking a Coke Zero. I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but every once in a while, I like to have Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Listen to Greg Doucette says it's okay.
He actually, have you gone into his channel any?
I thought he was really obnoxious at first because
he was ripping on
Jeff Cavalier. Yeah. But you looked at a bunch of his videos and he has a really nasally, loud voice and he yells a lot. But I mean, the stuff he talks about, it's sound.
He's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just kind of obnoxious, but I can't say anything, so am I.
Well, Jeff Cavalier is a weird sore spot for me. Because, that's the dude, when I first started getting into fitness, I heard Joe Rogan told Black Space Dude.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That dude, he's one of my faves, by the way. I love that guy. Shout out to Neil deGrasse. You my boy. You don't know it, but you my boy.
When you're not being really obnoxious
himself. He's an actually guy. If you just accept him for who he is, he's great. Anyways, I heard Joe Rogan, he was asking Joe Rogan, how do I get in shape? And Joe Rogan said 100 push-ups a day. Just do 100 push-ups a day. You're golden. And I get what he meant by that now because I started doing 100 push-ups a day.
Right.
And I started out, I was only able to bang out 20 at a time. So it was 5 times throughout the day I would drop and do 20.
Yeah.
And I'd get my 100 in. Then I started getting where I could get, I could get them all in a row.
Yeah.
Do 20, quick break, do 20, quick break, do 20. And
do it all in the morning within 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Something.
And then I started adding different variations of push-ups and stuff. And then I bought an elliptical machine and the rest is the rest of it.
Right.
It went off from there. But it was right around the time I got that elliptical machine. I was probably 2 months in at that point. And I was eating right and stuff. I was starting to notice some little changes in my body. My pants fit a little looser. My stomach was a little flatter,
Right.
And Jeff Cavalier is the first dude I came across. And I got so much great literally life-changing information out of Jeff Cavalier. That dude has literally changed my life for the better because I paid attention to what he said and did what he said to do in his videos. And very happy with who I am now. Learned a lot from that dude. So I've got a real soft spot for this guy. So here comes my introduction to Greg Douche was him hollering and yammering about Jeff Cavalier using fake weights, which, by the way, of fucking course he does. His videos are about form and proper lifting technique and stuff. Does he put 4 or 5 of them on there? Yeah. Is it because he's probably trying to look like a badass? Absolutely. It's a good visual.
Right.
I don't fucking care. If you're going to watch Jeff Cavalier for how much weight he's lifting, you're doing it for the wrong fucking reason.
Right, the guy's not a power lifter or an ego lifter. He's
he's
a fucking physical therapist,
yeah.
and he's trying to, do a really great service and, put information out there that people can use to benefit themselves.
Which I personally did.
Guess what?
For fucking free.
Yeah,
for fucking free,
and
man.
when guess what? Deadlifting 405 pounds looks a lot more impressive, and maybe you're a lot more likely to listen to this guy than if you just had 135 on the bar.
Word.
I mean, personally, I don't care because a lot of, like you said, I went there too, and a lot of the stuff I went there for was things about form and workouts,
nutritional advice, shit like that. Yeah.
Not because I wanted to see if I wanted to see somebody lift a lot of weight, I'd go watch
Iron Lou,
a strongman channel.
Yeah,
Brian Shaw or one of those guys.
Juji Fit dudes, they do a lot of that shit.
I really enjoy Juji Fit. That guy is an inspiration to me because he's the same height as me, the same weight, and basically the same weight except he's shredded wheat.
Who is
also he does a bunch he talks about doing taekwondo and stuff when he was younger, and he does a bunch of backflips and cool acrobatic stuff that you wouldn't expect from a big jack dude.
Heavy dude.
Yeah.
Well, they're big. You always freak me out because you're a bigger dude, but even at your heaviest, you were very very athletic, big dude. You handle your weight well. You move your body. It's obvious you use your body a lot. You're very physical. Lots of big dudes that are girls, whoever, that are
can't even touch their toes.
Yeah, they're not active at all. But then there's dudes like you that are sort of it's strange because you're doing fucking roundhouse kicks well above your head. You're a very physical big dude. You've always been able to manipulate your body.
I don't know. I think
fascinated with that.
I'm guessing that might be something that maybe that's genetics. For that particular thing, maybe. I'm sure that's something that a lot of people have a problem with. I was always, I was always really flexible, but it was really hard for me to do the splits. I did eventually get to where I could, but I could never just drop down and do them. I'd have to warm up and limber up and stretch. Some people can just bang them out, just boop, they drop down, and go right into the splits.
Oof. Can't do that.
So what got you started? What made you want to start taking better care of yourself? Because I know what it did for me. We can talk about that later. But I'm more interested in you because I was pretty. I was pretty well down that road because whenever I came back home, and then kind of you were at the point where you're getting into that too.
Yeah. So I did AC work for fucking ever. You know, I was a AC technician crawling around in attics and stuff. It was a very, very physically demanding job. There's also a lot of dead space in there where like a lot of riding, get a lot of what's called window time.
Right.
You're just riding in a work van, driving from job to job.
Yeah.
A lot of that, a lot of sitting around waiting for vacuums to pull and just goofy shit like that. But when it's go time, like it is fucking go time. Like you really gotta work. So I quit doing that to come work for my wife, and nowhere near the physicality is required from what I do now. You know, I cut wood, I cut and stain wood. You know, it's a lot of standing, but that's it. If I could sit, I would. But yeah, so I did that, and I was just like, and I was already getting a bit of a paunch, I was getting a little weight in my belly, and I always had I still don't have big arms at all, they've
grown. They've definitely grown.
Yeah, they've grown, but I mean, like if you saw them now and didn't know like how hard I'd worked to get to where I'm at, you'd be like, yeah, he's just a little dude.
Yeah.
But at any rate, it was. Like, and it was just looking bad. I was just looking really bad, and I looked in the mirror after I quit, was starting to work here, and I was just like, holy shit, like, I really don't like what I'm seeing.
Right.
Like, I really don't like where this is headed, and I'm not going to be half as active as I was, so this is just going to get fucking worse.
Yeah.
And it scared me. Like, it scared the shit out of me. Like, it was just like this light bulb went off in my head. It was like, dude, you're going to fucking shit. Like, you're 33 years old, and you're going to shit. And now you're going to do it at an even more accelerated rate. What are you about to fucking do about it? And just so happened, that day I chanced upon that podcast, and I heard Joe Rogan say that to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I was like, bet, I can do that. If Joe Rogan thinks Neil deGrasse Tyson can do 100 push-ups a day, I can do 100 push-ups a day. And that's where the whole thing started, was I caught myself in the mirror. And basically, I just went like, holy God, like, I'm asking my wife to fuck me.
Oh, really?
And I was just like, God, I gotta stop. Like, she is really taking one for the team like this. Like, that is fucking rough. I wouldn't fuck me. It's gross.
It's like I owe it to her. And to yourself.
And to myself. Well, and it eventually turned into that. I think, honestly, it really was just a vanity at first. And then the more I went into it, the more... and there's still that aspect of it there, but... the more I went into it, the more I realized, like, I feel good. I wake up and nothing hurts. Like, I wake up and feel... I feel better now at 35 than I did when I was 28. Like, waking up, like, right fresh out of bed. Even after, like, a back injury and shit. That I've come a long ways in rehabbing that.
Awesome.
Feeling much better. But I woke up this morning feeling better than I did at my best moment when I was, like, 28. Like, just... no aches, no pains. I feel good. I have energy. I'm not rarely tired when I feel like I shouldn't be. I sleep deeper. I don't know. It's just every.
No, it definitely.
Like I said, like a lot of the aspects of my life, almost all of them have improved. My mood is better. Everything's better.
Oh yeah, it improves so much, and I think that a lot of people really start in that same place, like, I want to look better.
Yeah.
And some of them might be like, I want to feel better.
Sex is a hell of a motivator, man.
It is. A lot of people, like I said, they just want to look better, and they don't think about those things.
Right.
And then, once you get started and you actually want it, and you stick with it, and you get about 2 or 3 months in, you start to feel that feeling when you wake up in the morning, because a lot of people, you can feel it that soon. Mm-hmm. I'm always curious about someone, because you weren't excessively out of shape when you started. Not like me when I was, because I was like 310 pounds.
Right.
And I'm like 5'9". I'm not a big, tall guy. I was really fucking heavy. I don't ever really at one point I don't ever really remember feeling bad in the mornings or anything like that. But I'm sure if I could like go back and relive one of those days compared to now, it'd probably be like, holy shit, dude! Like, this is fucking pitiful.
I don't think just because I didn't have as much excessive weight on me that I was necessarily healthier. You know, like it
No,
was,
right.
like I ate like absolute dog shit. You know, like I said, like I would eat 2 Hot Pockets and call it a fucking meal. And then like for, you know, for dinner, I had no problem going and getting, you know, Taco Bell and like getting like a lot of Taco Bell and just fucking eating it. And when I wasn't, and I know I like, I sat as much as possible. Like I sat and I didn't do stuff. It was not physical at all. And, I think all of that accompanied with like crawling around in attics, you know, and having to be in weird shapes and stuff. So I'd have to use my body a lot, but in spurts. So there is like just this constant, I think, degradation of health going on to where it didn't matter. Like had I had a whole bunch of excessive weight, I'm sure it would have been where I'd probably be fucking dead. But yeah, I don't think I was necessarily healthier just because I was not carrying around as much weight.
Right.
You know? Well, and again, like you're a physical dude. You're still you're really flexible and stuff. You've always been really flexible.
Yeah.
In case anybody out there is wondering, Chace can totally lick his own asshole. But
I can't, but that's okay.
He can.
It probably looks like I can, but I totally can't.
It really does. You do that cat thing where one leg will just like shoot straight the fuck up. Like
you mean when we're just hanging out and I just go to stretch?
Yeah, it's fucking, because I can't do that ever. Like, I'm not flexible, man. My joints allow for minimal movement.
I think, because I do that at work too at the nursing home. Like, I'll just put my foot up on the counter, like it's like probably like chest high on me, and I'll just put it up on there like when I'm filling out paperwork.
Right.
And I'm not trying to look cool. It's just I feel stiff and I want to stretch, and I've always done that. I could do that when I was 300 pounds.
Oh, I know that.
And it was like, I'm not trying to be cool. It's just I just want to stretch. But
I'm doing a lot of stretching now, trying to. I don't think I'll ever catch up, but just for I recognize how easy it is to fuck yourself up from not stretching and being limber, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's an aspect of health that I'm just now.
I don't see how there are
really
guys who
starting
don't want to do that. They think like it's weird or effeminate,
gay,
to stretch. Like,
I saw on Facebook someone was like normalized guys doing yoga, or normalized straight men doing yoga, something like that, and I was just like, and then I was like, yeah, I guess I do. When I think of yoga, I do kind of think it's gay. You know?
Well, I don't even know. I've never really even had that idea. I've never understood why anybody did.
I don't know why I would associate a sexuality with it.
Well, I mean, even just about, like, it's effeminate. It's kind of the same way that, like, people used to make fun of, like, ballerinas. There used to be this weird, like, thing, like, where you hear about football players doing ballet because it benefits, like, balance and things like that. But when you think about ballet, that's really, those people are fucking athletes. That shit's fucking intense.
Yeah. Fuck yeah,
it's not
dude.
like that shit is simple and like
fucking they just throwing their whole bodies around like from their fucking tippy toes. Man.
I mean, they're not slamming into each other or like running up and down a court.
They're not lifting a lot of weight, but it's an aspect of athleticism.
Yeah,
that isn't often considered.
Like I said, they're in such good control of their bodies and and how they move them, and they're really aware of it, and it's like, dude, I'm always jealous of people that can do stuff like that.
Shit, yeah.
It's super fucking cool. I don't know that I would ever really want to do ballet in the sense that, like, to get good at ballet, but I would be really interested in, like, doing, like, some training with them just to do stuff like that.
Be able to control your body and be that aware of it. Well, and I kind of think that's the same thing with, like, a lot of stretching, like, going back to yoga. Like I said, I just now started getting, and it's not like I ever had anything against it. It was just, it always seemed kind of gay to me. And now I'm realizing...
Do you think that's just society kind of influencing you, painting...
It's probably just me, dude. Like, I'm fucked up in the head. But...
Well, I think maybe it's there a little bit, because, I mean, we've talked about it before. I think we're from the South, a very rural area.
Yeah,
and, you know,
masculine.
there's just those ideas that our parents had. Like, I'm sure your dad would be like, ballet.
No, I can remember, like, my dad... That's probably a poor example, though. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Well, my dad was like he power lifted for a long time, and you know, he still lifts and stuff. He's, you know, and given his age and stuff, he's in incredibly good physical shape. You know, his back's a little fucked up and stuff from powerlifting for so long.
Right.
But
a little bit of bro science in there from the 80s and 90s.
Oh yeah.
Probably.
Oh yeah, for sure. But and he pushed it really far too. But he like my brother played baseball and shit a lot, and I was really athletic, and that was something my dad was always really big on, was like being aware of your body, how to use your body, you know, and he was really big on stretching and shit like that, so you don't get injured. Like, so yeah, like just kind of, but no, I get that from like almost literally everybody else that's not my dad. I totally got that. Like, don't stretchings for girls, and you know, ballets for sissies, and you know, yogas for Indians.
Right, and
dot not feather.
hippies. Oh man.
Hippies, yeah. Hippies did all that. I don't think hippies even did yoga. They would just meditate, which is something I still...
Because real yoga, I mean, there's some effort in those stretches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You think you'd see a hippie doing hot yoga? That's too much. That's basically work.
Yeah. Oh, old moon rain ain't getting working up a sweat like that.
Right? I think their definition of yoga is just...
Take acid and think
like,
real hard.
Let's just sit in a semicircle and cross our legs and hold our hands out and take turns.
Breathe in love.
And the bong.
I don't think that there is no value in meditation, but to me, like, I don't fucking get it.
I think there is. I mean, it's just clearing your mind and kind of just pushing all that garbage out.
Yeah.
To me, it's very similar to like
D&D.
Do what?
Like playing D&D or a video game or.
I mean, it's quality. It's quality alone.
Playing drums, you know, or guitar, you know, just you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an activity where you kind of just you shove everything out.
See, that's the thing. Like, meditation as escapism makes zero fucking sense to me, because there's just way cooler things to escape into, like a book, or you know, fucking Fallout, or.
I mean, I'm sure that a lot of people like that just shutting off aspect of it, though, where there's nothing, and it's kind of just helps them get a clean slate.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if I had ever achieved that, I would understand it better.
Become enlightened.
Well, I don't think enlightened. I don't necessarily believe in that, but you know, who knows? Once I go down the rabbit hole, I should start. I want to do that. I'm gonna give meditation a shot.
Give it a shot.
See what's up.
The old college try.
Yeah. Well, just because it doesn't. I say like it doesn't make any sense to me, like in escapism or really in any context, spiritually or anything like that. Like, I just don't fucking get it. But maybe that's it. I just don't fucking get it. And if I actually like you know, boned up on it, maybe I actually gave it a shot, you know, some guided meditation or something like that. Whatever you do, however the fuck whatever entry level way there is into that. You know, if I gave that a shot, maybe I would get it, and maybe I wouldn't think it's so much baloney.
Could be. I mean, that just goes into being I mean, that's something that I don't know if it's harder or easier to give new things a try as you get older.
Harder. Do
you think it really is? I don't know.
For me, I can't speak for everybody.
I feel like it's been easier for me, but I know it's definitely a lot easier to become set in your ways. But I don't know. It's been much easier for me to just be a little more accepting of things and not push it, not brush everything off, and just think like, oh, that's a waste of time. Right.
You actually more willing to consider different ideas, or.
Yeah.
I get that. It's harder for me.
That's okay. I mean, we're always learning. Always changing.
I know. I think about like me and, you know, my early 20s, late teens, shit like that, you know, fresh out of high school and stuff. I was, I think I was so fucking far out there that there was no other way to, like, I could only get more narrow in my scope, you know?
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I can remember thinking, like, I had this idea that there was this, like, and I gave it, like, legitimate, like, thought. Like, I really, like, put effort into my theory. But there's, like, you know, an underlying current of energy that flows through everything. And we're all part of this energy, and we tap into it. And it was, yeah, there was, like, you go from.
Were you a hippie?
Fuck yeah. I think I wanted to be one.
You spent some time as a hippie?
I think I wanted to be one.
Maybe you spent some time homeless.
Spiritual is the word.
Okay.
I was homeless though for a little while.
Those were good times though.
They were really good times right up until they weren't. Then when they
That's
weren't,
fair.
Then when they weren't, man, they were real bad.
I mean, I'm not gonna give anyone shit for not doing anything at any point, dude.
No, I'm not trying to give anybody any shit. Like, even about the whole, like, meditation as escapism or spirituality. I'm not shitting on it. Like, if it works, it works. Go for it. It doesn't make sense to me. Except for calisthenics bros. Or, not the calisthenics bros.
You talking about fuckboys?
CrossFit. The CrossFit. I'll shit on them. Those fuckers.
Right. Well, I think in the way it's fun to shit on them in using that as a form of fitness and exercise. If they want to do it as a competition, that's their business.
It, yeah.
I get the competition. I don't get the doing the competition every day to get healthy.
Punish yourself to fitness.
To just destroy your spine.
Shoulders and everything else,
do
man.
A bunch of shitty deadlifts and hang cleans and
the fucking dead fish flop pull-ups, man.
The
whatever
kipping pull-ups.
Whatever the
listen,
fuck that is.
I
don't care how good that is for you. Don't ever fucking. You look so dumb doing that.
I feel like you could put someone next to like you have a child watch someone do normal steady pull-ups,
right? A controlled motion,
and then have them watch someone do kipping pull-ups, and they'll say and ask them which one is better. And they'd be like, it's the one doing the normal pull-up.
Clearly,
because they're not violently shaking.
Right? They're not just having a seizure on this pole.
I remember asking a guy about CrossFit when I was working on the road, and because he did it, I guess they had a CrossFit team because he took some time off to go to Florida. Right. Because they had like a CrossFit competition. But he was like, no, it's something you need to do once you're in really good shape. And he's right.
You need to be in pretty fucking good shape to do that shit.
Once I realized what it actually was, it's like, man, I'm glad I didn't invest any time in that. I would much rather just do some bro splits and run in the park.
Right. I think, like you said, like I get the competitive aspect of it. Like I get that. But I think for like the 90% of us, you know, we're just trying to be in shape.
Just trying to be healthy.
Yeah, just trying to be healthy, be in shape. Not trying to, bench press a mountain or, whatever.
Yeah, not trying to break world records or do strongman stuff. You just, you want to feel good. Like I said, you want to feel good in the morning. The problem with that is that most of us are impressionable and stupid.
Yeah.
And that's where you get people who want to just say like...
And got Wi-Fi.
And have Wi-Fi. So they just look at how to reduce stubborn belly fat. Do you want to know this? Listen, guys, I'm going to tell you the secret. This is the hack. And this will get rid of your stubborn belly fat. Listen, all right, either hit record or clip this or write it down. Whatever you need to do. Here is the secret. You gotta eat less and move more. That's it. Okay. All right. Thanks you. All right. If you want to sign up for my master class, it's $997.
But for those of you that are interested in losing only lower belly fat, I've got a pill for you.
That's right. I have a pill for you.
Spot reduction.
It
is possible. No, it's a ridiculous thing that like you can like somehow reduce the fat in just one specific spot,
And then that's when you see people just wanting to do crunches and just wanting to do sit-ups. It's like you're building your core, and that's good, but that's not going to make your belly go away. There's an old saying that is very apt, and it's that abs are made in the kitchen. And even if you're not trying to get super ripped and get abs, if you're just trying to lose weight, it's simple. You got
to eat right.
I mean, weight loss is simple. It's not easy. It's simple. And
that's a good way to put that.
It's very easy, or very simple, but not very easy.
It's not easy. It's simple.
Yeah, it's hard work. And you just have to eat right. And it's like you could just change your diet and lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if you had a pretty sedentary lifestyle, just changing your diet would work wonders for you. It's only like say exercise is what, like 30%, 20% part of weight loss? It's not very much.
If that.
I mean, it's a great tool, and it helps, and it's going to make you feel better and make you healthier. Definitely make you feel better, man. That endorphin rush you get I remember when I would do like those 3-mile runs at the park, I'd feel like $1,000,000, dude. I'd go home after that and get a shower and be sprawled out on my couch and be like, God, I'm fucking shit.
I'm fucking killing it.
God, I'm the best. Same way as like you get a good pump at the gym and you come home, even though I was in there just pulling like 185 on a deadlift or something because I was still moving my way up. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking strong right now. So fucking strong.
Yeah, dude. It's a good fucking feeling.
And I want more people to have that feeling, but they don't want to be uncomfortable.
Well,
or they want
that, and I think there's there's a lot of overcomplication. Because like you go in the gym, you see all these machines and shit like that, and it can be kind of intimidating.
Oh yeah, totally. Plus, there's already a negative idea of how gyms work. People think that everyone there is going to look at you and think like, "What's this fatty doing here?" Oh my God! They think it's going to be like a fucking movie, and people are going to bully you. In my experience, I have only met really positive, encouraging people.
Only.
Now there are outliers.
Well, there was an old man that tried to take pictures of me at the gym one time.
I mean, you're gonna have.
But even that was kind of flattering.
You're gonna have your outliers. You're always gonna have. There might be some shithead at the gym, but you know what? Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
That's just the attitude you gotta have.
Yeah, and you don't have to use all those 80 million machines, man. Like, do you squats? Do you bench?
Just do whatever.
That's great for starting out. Do squats, do bench.
Do that. I mean, use the elliptical. Do something.
Yeah.
Even if you feel awkward using a barbell, like use a shoulder press machine. Use something.
Yeah.
Whatever feels good. If you've never lifted weights in your life, do something.
And the rest of it just comes.
Yeah, it just
comes.
Like
you just spend time in there. It's like anything. Like the more time you spend on it, the more familiar you become with it. And it takes a little time, and then things will eventually just sort of start clicking.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, it'll make you feel better. It doesn't mean not everyone's going to get to the point where they really enjoy this. It's something they have to do. It's just necessary maintenance. But after a while, it's just, okay, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to bang this out. You also don't have to be in there for like 2 or 3 hours.
No,
especially if you're just starting, man, you can get a lot out of like a good 45-minute workout as long as you're in there. As long as you're steadily working out, that's all you have to do.
Moving weight, man.
Yeah.
Just move weight. That's all exercise is just moving weight around. That's all that is. Be it your body weight or anything else. Dude, I think a lot of people, if they would just walk 45 minutes a day, go outside and just fucking walk 45 minutes a day. Like, I think there is a ton of people out there that would just it would change a lot of shit for them. Especially,
you know what? Especially if they want to lose weight, because walking is aerobic exercise. It's low impact cardio, basically.
Yeah, you're not likely to get hurt
doing it. But if you walk for an hour versus lifting weights for an hour, you'll burn more calories walking.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, you do. In most cases, you will.
Did not know that. That's cool though.
It's just a different type of work. Now, just if you spend a year just walking for an hour and someone else spent a year lifting weights for an hour, they're going to progressively overload to a point where they're definitely, I would say, going to be more fit.
Right.
And you're also just walking, so it's not like you're running, so you're not really improving your cardiovascular health or your conditioning. But you're still getting something. You still burn calories.
Burning calories.
Yeah. It's a good place to start.
Not to mention, I think there's just the idea of getting up and moving around and like with and I don't mean like at work or at at your grocery store where you're pushing a buggy around. I don't mean like a time that you wake up and you in your mind it's dedicated to you and your physical health, and you go even if it's just walking. There's something like after you do that with consistency for a certain time, there's something mentally that happens to you to where you're like, you develop this attitude of I can do this.
Yeah.
And then you just start adding to. Which, like I said, like the 100 push-ups a day, like
Yeah.
it just started there, but and that's a really simple, like I could spend a year doing that and it's not going to be good for my overall health. But that's not where it ended. Like that was only a few months and then it just snowballed.
Right. No, and I tell people that too, especially like, because working the job that I've been working in a nursing home, you're on your feet a lot, you're chasing call lights and things, you spend a lot of time rushing up and down the halls. And I mean, you get a pretty decent little.
You get your steps in.
I mean, you get your steps in for sure. I mean, I know if I go by my Fitbit, typically at the end of every shift, I've probably put in at least 10 to 15,000 steps.
Right.
Yeah. And people will be like, oh, you know, we have to do that, and then we lift on people. Like, how can you go work out after this? It's like, well, because in my mind, this doesn't count. This is work.
This is work, yeah.
Just because I had a hard day at work, it doesn't mean I shouldn't go to the gym.
Right.
Going to the gym is like, that's time for that. You know?
Right. There's a difference.
But you have to kind of really, it's hard to reach some people that way. It's like, and I understand, like you feel like shit, you feel tired, you don't want to.
But that's where that mental thing, that's what I was talking about. Like you do this consistently and there's something mentally that happens to you to where you're just like, I can do this.
Well, it's another big part of health in general is it's making good choices and making good habits and breaking bad ones. And that's just, that's hard. Breaking habits is hard.
Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm smoking right now.
Yeah. Man,
It's a bastard.
I'm always tempted to have a cheeseburger.
I think this is like, this is really my last bad habit, is smoking. Like I've sort of, like I got all, like the drinking is, I think I can confidently say like well under control. Has been for some years now. Like I think I'm good on that.
Right.
Like I choose when I drink. It doesn't choose for me, and that's very rare. I've got my diet is very well under control. My attitude about exercise and stuff is good. I do that consistently. Cannot fucking quit smoking.
It's difficult.
Jesus
Christ. Them cigarettes. Well, they got you.
I don't chew my fingernails. I don't jack off too much.
But it's just cigarettes.
Fucking cigarettes, though. Jesus. They're a bastard.
Mine, let's see, what are probably some of my worst ones? Mine is like, my biggest one is just trying to make good choices when it comes to food. I'm so easy to fall into that. But I don't really drink. I don't smoke. I don't have any vices like that.
Right.
But I am very bad. It's like, man, I had a shitty day. You know what would be great? Fucking slice of pizza.
A whole fucking pizza.
Exactly. Definitely what you would call
a slice of whole fucking pizza.
A slice of large pizza. Oh. But that's something that really worked for me whenever I was losing weight is really giving, like I said, habits. So, and a routine is great. One thing that I did was I designated times for myself. I'm only going to eat at this time.
Right.
And it was like typically the same times every day.
Right.
And routine helps like that. It's been a little more difficult over the past probably 6 or 7 months with people having to deal with the pandemic. And that kind of uprooted a lot of people's routine. It definitely uprooted mine. I had a hard time for about a month and a half there.
That was rough. Not being able to go to the gym.
Yeah, that was just taking my bottle away, man.
Right.
Man, I was hitting PRs and shit, and then all that happened, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I went into it. I got some dumbbells, and I did a lot of shit.
See,
it wasn't the same though.
It's it really not, because I had some available to me, but I was so frustrated about it, and so basically just kind of being a bitch that I just didn't do it. I was like, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it's a bad attitude.
Yeah, you get thrown out of that routine though.
But I think that's a good learning experience too, because while routines are, especially for fitness, it's like a godsend, and it's important to have a good one. It's also good to familiarize yourself with not having that routine and still making those good choices.
Like getting it taken away from you and still like finding.
And even if it's not something like what we went through, like what if you go out of town, like on a business trip for work, or what if you going on vacation? Boy, a lot of people go on vacation and come back and their diet has slid right back into the gutter.
Well, I mean, you can still eat healthy on vacation.
You can, but it's a very easy trap for people to fall into. That's that mindset of I'm on vacation. We'll eat out, whatever. We're on vacation.
Man, that's
and also you usually have a bunch of people there with you, like you're on vacation. It's peer pressure.
There is a lot of that.
There's a lot of that in all facets of. It's amazing how so I have this friend.
I think
and she doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, but anyway, so I have this friend, and she has a sedentary job. She's a lawyer, and she wants to take better care of herself, and she's very passionate about this. She's done a lot of stuff to do it, but she also deals with other things, like she has an autoimmune disease, so some things are a little more difficult for her.
Right.
But I think one of the worst things is she'll tell me about how she'll be at the office and she'll be wanting to have a salad or have something better, and this maybe not so much more now, but definitely before before everything kind of shut down, which it's kind of opened back up, but especially before,
right?
All of her friends at the office and whatever, they'd be like, "No, let's go get Chinese food. Let's go get pizza. Let's do this. Let's do that." Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You're fine. And a lot of that. It's weird how people get so iffy about you wanting to do things better for yourself. I think I know a lot of that is them realizing that you're making those better choices, and they're jealous that they're not. It reflects
poorly on them. Yeah,
they're no, I want you to be down here with me.
Get in the mud with me.
Get in the mud with me.
Eat some pizza, bitch.
That's right. Come on.
Yeah.
Because I used to get that too. Oh my God. So this was originally going to be about work, and this was one story I was going to tell about my boss. Whenever I was working on the road, this guy is awesome. He's a great dude. He's kind of an asshole, though. One day we were going out, and at that point I had lost a pretty good chunk of weight, and he would usually kind of make jokes about me wasting away or whatever. And there was one day we'd all met up, and we'd left out to go to job sites and stuff. And I get there, and we're having breakfast at this place, and we're just having bacon and eggs, pretty regular breakfast.
Right.
And then he calls me. And he was calling me about something, ask about who opened the gate or if the gate was open whenever I got there to go into the truck bay. And so I answer the phone, and the first thing I hear is "Hey, you fucking Ethiopian." It's "Hey, did you open that goddamn gate? At first I'm
fucking Ethiopian.
"Hey, you fucking Ethiopian. Goddamn, you need to eat something." All the time. Which he was also joking. He wasn't quite one of those people that was "No, you need to eat something." But I did get that. I mean, I got that a lot. I got that a lot back. There was that time probably back about 15 years ago when I was 20 that I lost a good chunk of weight. And when I was...
You've done that a few times.
Yeah, well, there's two major ones. There's been a couple times before where I lost 20 pounds.
This has been the most consistent.
This has been the most consistent. That other one was the first time. I lost about 70 pounds. And people were like, "What are you doing? Something's wrong with you." Oh, no, I'm losing weight, bitch.
I don't like that shit.
It's I'm trying to take better care of myself. What the fuck?
I don't fucking like that shit.
It's I don't get it.
Haters.
But it's and a lot of time, it's people who are in decent shape. It's why do you feel so uncomfortable seeing me change me?
I don't know.
I have enough problems with my own fucking body dysmorphia without you fucking chiming in.
Right.
God damn.
I've never been like that. I've always been really happy whenever people make healthy decisions and get in shape. I am guilty of being at a bar and be like, "No, bitch, drink."
That's a little different.
Have a drink with me. No. Have a drink with me.
Come on. It's the weekend.
What is you gay? Have a drink.
Come on. It's just for fun.
Just for fun.
It ain't gonna kill you. Come on.
I don't like.
Then you get hit with the classic, the one that always fucking breaks you. It's "Come on, pussy." That was always the one. It's fuck. Call me a pussy. I'm not a pussy. Give me a beer. Fuck, I'm the designated driver. Sometimes that's been fucking you. I'm supposed to drive you the fuck home. It's "Come on, pussy."
Well, felt like you were being a pussy.
That's fair.
And I was very drunk.
We make great decisions like that.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's what those are. Those are great decisions.
Great decisions. You know, some people, like, they don't even want to drink. Like, you've had no real problem really drinking. Integrating recreational alcohol into your diet while doing this.
No, I just don't do it much.
I think that's what some people, like, they're worried about things like that, but you could totally do it. I mean, we were talking about somebody like Jeff Cavalier, who's like, well, I don't think that guy does that anyway. But even he will tell you, like, guys, there's plenty of people who drink alcohol and do other stuff on the weekends. I don't do it, but that doesn't mean you can't, as long as you do it in moderation. I think people...
That's how far do you want to take it? And that, like I was saying, like 90% of people just want to look decent with my shirt off and feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And it's... Like, you don't have to worry about your fucking anabolic window. You don't have to fucking, do macros or whatever the fuck. You don't keto diet. Just, look, dude, just eat healthy. You know what the fuck healthy is.
It's pretty easy.
People know what the fuck healthy is. If you don't know, eat a chicken breast and some green beans. You know, like...
Well,
you'll need to calm the fuck down with this shit. Like, you can... you can drink, like, get drunk once a month. Right? Yeah. That's plenty. Get drunk once a month.
Have one cheat meal a week. Not day.
Not day.
Meal.
Single meal, yeah.
Yeah.
Get your fast food in.
I did that, and sometimes it was that. There were days whenever I would have my cheat meal, you know what? I would go across the road to the fucking Sonic and I get a foot-long chili dog. I fucking love it.
Right.
It's fucking great. And then there'd be a day where, like, especially when I was living in Oklahoma, because there was a lot more options than there are back home, to, like, there's really nice restaurants. I'm gonna get a bowl of fucking ramen and some fucking pot stickers from this, like, all this good homemade shit.
Right.
Or get, like, a good chicken fried steak.
Fucking meatloaf.
Yeah. One day a week for one meal.
Yeah, for one meal.
One meal.
The rest of it, eat boring.
It's just part of making yourself adhere to good habits. And at the same time, people don't realize that you can make pretty tasty, healthy food. You don't have to eat plain chicken and plain broccoli and brown rice.
That's the thing that blows my mind. Like, there's so many seasonings.
Here's another life hack. You can put salt on it. You can put pepper on it. You can put a little bit of butter on your vegetables. Just, don't go nuts. You can put some sauces. Like, I make stir fry a lot. You know what the big difference is compared to the way I make it now than I used to? I don't just dump the whole fucking bottle onto it and it's swimming in sauce.
Right.
It's that reasonable. Fucking simple.
Be reasonable. You know what the fuck reasonable is.
God. I'm going to have to charge y'all for this. Alright?
Right. I don't know. Now, I don't know. Like, now knowing what I know, it's just... Everything like seems like everything I see on the internet is just like grossly overcomplicating everything, where it's really simple. Like, just eat healthy, exercise, be consistent.
That's all. Yeah, that's all there is to it.
That's the whole fucking thing right there.
That's not flashy. That doesn't grab your attention. That's not a shortcut.
Like,
quote unquote.
You know what healthy is. Like, you can eat healthy. You know how to do that. You know what a proper portion is. You know when you're eating too much. You know this stuff.
There's a difference. Eat till you're full. Don't eat till you're stuffed.
Right?
There's a big difference in that, and that's what a lot of us do. That's something I used to do. I was very bad about that.
Shit, yeah. Seconds, thirds.
Just, it's not hard. And I will say this: there is something to this. You have to really want it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you try, and maybe you're not there mentally to follow through. But even if you fuck up, just because you fucked up once doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it again.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna fuck up. Here's another thing. You're gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck up on your diet. Well, first thing is to get you to the point where you're not on a diet. You're making a lifestyle change.
That right there.
You're not on a diet. You're on a lifestyle change.
It's simple.
I don't like the idea of diets. It's fucking stupid. I also feel like I'm owed a lot of money for the fucking keto diet because I invented it. All right.
What?
I did invent the keto diet.
Go on.
Okay, so back, like I said, there was that first time I lost that good amount of weight, right? When I was younger in my 20s. Back then, when you did low carb, people only called it Atkins. Keto had not been uttered. But there was a thing about that diet. It's like you do it for a couple of weeks and you cycle off of it and have some carbs and whatever. And I had this really cool idea where, like, what if I just did it all the time? I did it all the time, and then I was fucking bitchy and piss pants about, like, we can't go here because they don't have any options for me. They don't have carb-friendly options or no carb-friendly options. And now, that's all what keto is, and it's lifestyle. And I fucking invented it. Alright? Somebody should give me some money. Or a fucking plaque or something.
You didn't call it keto.
I didn't.
If you were the inventor of keto...
Someone heard me bitching in a restaurant about not being able to order anything, and they stole my idea. It's fucking bullshit.
Somebody's like, I'm writing a book on this.
I should have a fucking yacht. This is fucking horse shit.
What is keto? Is it just meat? Just lean meat?
It's just low carb. It's low carb, high fat.
Huh.
High fat, high protein. You eat meats, you can eat cheeses, you can eat basically just don't eat carbs.
I take it.
Green vegetables.
No bread?
No bread.
So that's it pretty much.
You get a set number of carbs throughout the day, and you can't go over it.
See, then I have to count shit.
Right. Well, you have to count calories.
Not really.
I mean, you do it first. You get to a point where you're kind of aware of how things are.
I think that's
at least in the beginning.
I did count calories at first. I did that a lot.
You get
I'm at a point now where I'm just like, I know what I eat.
You get to the point where you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the stuff that I should eat too. Occasionally, if I'm gonna, especially, it's really now. It's only if I'm gonna try a new recipe and I want to know what's in it.
Right. I'm not very adventurous. I don't try out a whole lot of recipes.
But there's a lot of stuff you could eat. Like you could buy one of those pot roast pre-made sets you can get at Walmart in the meat section. And if you quarter it, you can quarter that up, and it's only 450 calories. If you had if you made 4 meals out of that, and it's not small. I mean, it's a small pot roast by definition compared to if you went and bought your own chuck roast and everything else.
Yeah, made a big ass.
But I mean, it's big enough, and you can get 4 decent meals out of it, and you can eat pot roast. It's fucking delicious. People just they don't want to try, and it makes me upset. I'm like, you guys could make your lives so much better.
I think there was a time where I would be irked by watching. I don't really care that much now. I think, if somebody's happy doing that shit, eating like shit or whatever, that's their business. But,
I think that just also kind of feeds into, kind of the stuff I want to do, wanting to get into things like therapy to help people, and I like that idea. I mean, I like when people ask me for advice, but they usually don't take it.
Right. Because
my advice is pretty simple. It's watch what you eat and get a decent amount of exercise.
It's not flashy.
It's not. I mean, I think we mentioned this in the first podcast, but there were a lot of people asking me whenever I lost all that weight because they were surprised. How did you do it? And it's I ate right and then I exercised. It's it.
I've had a couple people that have actually listened, and what I told them, walk 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I was eat right. And I was just walked them through a few simple meals. There's pre-made salads at Walmart. There's lunch. Fuck breakfast. Don't even eat breakfast. Eat that. Eat some fruit. Eat some nuts throughout the day. Snack on that shit all you want. Fruit, nuts, and stuff like that.
You can't tell people that though.
And then for dinner you have a steak. Have some chicken, have some fish, and walk 45 minutes. And I've had a couple people do that, and they've actually lost quite a bit of weight.
Well, that's good.
In doing this,
I'm kind of surprised. Usually, if you just tell people just have some nuts, have some fruit, they tend to, in my experience, they tend to overdo it because they feel like they have carte blanche to just do whatever.
Ah, dude, eat the shit out of fruit. Go fucking nuts.
Yeah, but I mean, you can still do too much.
You can, but the
But that's
amount
what
that
I'm
you
saying.
have to
Well,
fucking eat.
this is where I think I'm just a victim of my own experience of the people that'll be like, okay, I also have like 4 bananas. Like, slow down, cuz.
No, I'm saying go ahead, have 4 fucking bananas. Like here's the thing. This is it. Like if you're gonna eat and most people are just sort of grazers. Like they just graze throughout the day. They just eat shit throughout the day.
Right.
If you're gonna graze, graze healthily. Like eat fruit, eat nuts. You know. No to the chips, the honey buns, the ding dongs, the donuts, the cookies.
I can understand
all that shit, the M&Ms,
Well,
the Skittles and shit. Like fuck off with all that. Just eat fruit, graze on that shit all day, and have you a nice like lean dinner at night. Get your sleep in and walk for 45 minutes a day.
Well, that's fair too, because another big part of it that people don't realize is they try to be too restrictive too fast with diets.
Yeah,
and they fall off. It's like if you're overweight.
Well, again, they go on a diet. You're looking at a cumulative effect. Over time. It's why I have beef with diets is like because you go on it and then you get off of it. And the idea is not that, it's that you're consistently making healthy decisions about the food. Well, like, it's not a diet, it's just how you fucking eat.
That's part of it, yeah. What I'm saying is, like, people, they look at it as a diet. I try to encourage them not to. The whole lifestyle change aspect of it. What I'm saying is, like, some people, they're going to call it that regardless. But say if you have a person who's eating 3,000 calories a day and they're already, like, overweight, you should not tell them to probably reduce it to 1,200. That's a little too much for them. They're gonna fall off of that.
Yeah, you just replace all the shit they're eating with not shit. Hence the fruit and nuts and drink lots of water.
You do, tea. But what I'm saying is like you walk. It's baby steps. You walk people down that path where like okay, let's scale this back to like 2,500 for this week, and then maybe we scale it back to 2,000. Yeah, make better choices.
Well, and things like if you're like my wife, if you drink coffee all the fucking time...
Don't add a bunch of shit in it.
Yeah, stop... instead of putting sugar in it, put honey in it.
Don't have some mocha choco bullshit.
Yeah. Make your own coffee, put honey in it. Put your little milk in there, a little half and half, whatever, a little creamer. That's fine. Just do a little bit. And maybe try not to drink so goddamn much of it.
The other thing is, like, find out the stuff that you don't need around you.
Yeah.
And get fuck rid of it. Mine is definitely things like cereal and chips.
Yeah.
Even it's quote unquote healthy cereal. I don't think there's really any healthy cereal, but sometimes I'd like to have like Raisin Bran.
Well,
but even something that's not like Raisin Bran's not Cocoa Pebbles, right? It's whole, it's bran and fiber, but I can't keep that in the house because I just like cereal and I'll eat like 3 bowls of it, so I just don't do that.
See, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like people that they just graze, they snack. They'll just have a bowl of cereal for no fucking reason.
Right.
Instead of that, have 4 goddamn bananas. Have 4 fucking bananas instead of a bowl of cereal. Have 4 goddamn bananas. Eat 4 fucking apples. I don't give a shit. Like eat that. That's way fucking better for you than that bowl of fucking cereal.
That's true. That's true.
Also, like having a honey bun and chocolate milk, that's not breakfast.
That's a way to make you want to go right back to sleep.
Yeah.
It is. Holy fuck.
I don't know, like eating... Like have 4 fucking bananas.
Have 4 fucking bananas.
Have 4 fucking bananas and a glass of milk. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like all the bullshit that you eat throughout the day, just substitute that with something that's not bullshit. And go to fucking town. I don't give a fuck.
Here's something else. And I ran into this when I came back home. So many people talk about how expensive it is, quote unquote, to eat healthy.
Eat healthy, yeah.
And it's not
true.
One thing I'll tell you right off the bat is because you're eating a bunch of junk, so you're buying a bunch of junk.
Right.
2, when I came back, I had the idea that, like, okay, maybe I should tighten up a little bit because, I don't have this really high-paying job like I used to. And I'd be a little more frugal. So I was like, I'll just have, like, some hamburger helper. It's not great, but, it'll make a meal and I can eat on that for a few days. That's a bad fucking idea. It's a bad fucking idea. I'll just tell you that right now.
You're not going to eat on that for 3 or 4 days. You're going to... take that bitch to Smash Town.
Well, that or just it just makes And it also probably has something to do with eating more processed stuff, which after you eat much more cleanly for a long time, it just made me feel like shit.
Yeah.
And then I actually didn't eat all of it.
They threw it out?
I ended up throwing it away because it was like, I feel, and this is also just me. I know this also, so my advice you have to take with a grain of salt. I'm a single dude who lives by himself. I don't have kids. I would probably not even be able to do this if I had kids who wanted, like, you know, little Debbie's and shit in the house like that. It would be very fucking hard. I get by a lot with just buying stuff. I buy a lot of meat and freeze it, and then I make stuff as I want to have it.
Right.
I don't have a lot of stuff that's on hand to eat. Because I know that's a trigger thing for me. Right. Other than maybe like having a handful of pistachios. But
boy, it takes self-control in my house.
I can imagine.
Them fucking kids, man. They have some tasty shit in that house.
Right?
Holy shit. Kids get all the... It's all shit, though.
It is all terrible. Shit. It's delicious shit.
No, I always have, like, I don't know. I eat really simple, though. Like, I ate a lot of steak, ate a lot of eggs, ate a lot of chicken. And I get a lot of, like, canned, like, spinach, black-eyed peas, black beans, green beans, sweet peas. And that's pretty much all I eat.
It could change your...
a lot of fruit.
I don't know. It definitely changes because I didn't really eat that many vegetables outside of like green beans.
Yeah. Green
beans and fucking potatoes. That was like basically it because I ate so poorly for so long. I ate a lot of Hamburger Helper back in the day, a lot of instant mashed potatoes, and then I have some green beans or some corn. And I didn't like broccoli. There's still vegetables I don't like. I've tried so hard to like Brussels sprouts.
Cauliflower?
I don't really eat cauliflower that much, but I don't have anything against it. Oh, is it that time? Hold on, it's that time. Guys, what you want to do now is to get yourself a snack, because it's snack time. It's snack time.
Yeah, it is.
It's snack time.
This is good shit.
Yeah, this is good shit. This is what we all need. Okay.
Nice. Oh, good.
Oh, it was good.
I needed that.
I didn't need it. It's a good little pick-me-up. Anyway.
Fucking beef jerky, man.
I'm going to throw these chips away now.
I think that's the thing, like, throwing food away.
Yeah. I have no problem doing that now.
I don't either.
I used to not.
I had this mentality of like that's super wasteful. Now I'm just like fuck it.
Right.
I'm done.
I remember there was this time that I really wanted some cereal, like some shitty cereal. So that's what I got one weekend. And I had a bowl of like some fucking terrible shit. It was like s'mores cereal with like Cocoa Puff pieces and Golden Graham pieces and marshmallows.
Christ.
God, it was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I ate like 2 bowls of it, and then I was like, "This shit gotta go. This shit is dangerous." And I
have this fucking thing
I
around the house.
opened it up and I just poured it into the trash.
No, I'm at a point. I'm kind of like I'm almost like because if I throw something away, I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Like I didn't eat that.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I'm the same way. I used to think it was really wasteful, and it was also coming from a point where you live really. I've always been pretty frugal, but it was always like I felt like we weren't in a position where we could eat well.
Right.
Because we need, and also it comes from being as a kid, being like you better fucking eat everything.
Finish that plate. Yeah.
I remember there was one time as a kid that I felt like I wasn't hungry, and I was like, I kind of don't want to eat dinner right now. I'm really not hungry. And my dad got so pissed, and he was like, "All right, you're not going to eat it all." I mean, that's pretty old school mentality. I kind of don't really blame people for having that, but at the same time, it was like that kind of ingrained in my head. It's like, well, if I'm going to eat, I better fucking eat.
You got to finish this.
And you got to eat it, and you better eat all of it.
Can't throw any of it out.
I mean, like I said, I kind of understand that, but I feel like there are certain people that kind of creates like a complex for them.
Well, and also, like, I grew up, like I said, like, my dad, he lifted all the time and shit, and there's another side of things. Like, there are a lot of people that want to gain weight, you know, they want to get bigger.
Yeah.
And, you know, my dad, through the nature of what he enjoyed doing, you know, like, he wanted to eat big and get bigger.
Yeah.
And, so there was always, like, a lot of food, and you were supposed to eat all the food.
Right.
And I had that mentality for a long time, but I wasn't lifting, so I just developed like a nice like Prego punch. But yeah, that's I do think though that is kind of important to note. Like there is another aspect to all this, like people that are trying to, you know, actively trying to put on weight and get bigger, and doing that healthily. And I gotta say that is a harder thing to do than losing weight. Healthily losing weight is easier than purposefully.
I feel like it probably
acquiring.
is. I've never had to deal with that, but I imagine it is because it would be so easy to just go get a fucking double quarter pounder with cheese.
And there's a lot of people that do. What was that
the
joke
like the dirty bulk?
Yeah, the dude in the being the dude that wears a hoodie in the gym all the time and bench presses 400 pounds.
Yeah,
eat a whole fucking pizza.
That's right. I mean, that guy's lifting that weight just like you. He probably I bet he loves his life a lot more.
Pressing 400 pounds, man. Hell yeah, I did. No, I think though there is a healthy way to do that, and it's not eating lots of pizza and shit like that. But I don't know. That's something I haven't really gotten into much. So I really don't feel like I could speak to that at all.
Have you tried any type of workouts that you just didn't like?
What do you mean?
I mean, did you ever see anything like maybe I should integrate this into my exercises or into my workouts? Do this exercise or that exercise and be like, oh, I just don't fucking like that.
Hamstring curls.
Oh yeah,
I fucking hate hamstring curls.
I mean, your whole thing is more aesthetic, right? Because you approach more like a bodybuilder.
I'm a man with no country right now because like I can't lift heavy because my back's all fucked off.
Right.
So like right now I'm just sort of in rehab mode. But the thing about rehab mode is it's just like sort of stagnant. You know, like I can't lift heavy, so I just sort of do volume.
Right.
But I don't want to overdo it on volume really. Fuck a joint and get tendonitis, you know, any stupid shit like that. So I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Maintenance.
Well, I mean, what I'm talking about.
I'm just waiting for my back to get good enough to where I can actually like really start putting weight on it again. And
what I mean is what your original what you were shooting for. Like, yeah, you want to lift heavy, but you also wanted to develop more of an aesthetic look as opposed to.
Yeah, more bodybuilding, sculpting. I was leaning more into that.
Right. I think mine is more, I mean, I definitely want to look better, but it's just, I just kind of want to be strong and healthy. I don't care as much about bodybuilding, so that's like, there's some exercises like where like with bodybuilding, you're definitely much more about contracting at certain points and you're much more aware of what you're doing as opposed to, just...
Mind-muscle connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. It's like I want to do big.
Me chase, me pick up.
I want to do big compound movements,
right?
And I like doing all that stuff. I want to do it correctly, but I also don't care if I'm doing hammer curls, if I'm contracting my bicep at the perfect time to really instill growth.
Right. We turn it in.
It's like I just want to is it heavy yet? Yeah, I want to do it fucking heavy. At the same time, I also want to get back into doing martial arts workouts because that stuff I did before when I was younger, I didn't lift any weights back then. It was all cardio and then martial arts training and calisthenics. Lots of push-ups and crunches and running and hitting a bag over and over and over and over and over.
That sounds kind of fun.
I enjoyed the shit out of that. I would kind of like to do it again just to get something new because... Kind of just, because back then I thought weightlifting was stupid. I just didn't like it. To me, it was boring.
Right.
Yeah. And then, I don't know, something about it once I got started this time that really just, I don't know, I kind of took to it a little more.
Got your first pump?
I guess so.
Got my first pump, I was hooked. It's like I'm never gonna stop doing this, and then I blew my back out. It's like I gotta stop doing this.
Gotta stop doing this.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing now. Like I'm at a point. I'm at a point in this where I'm plateaued out. I don't want to put more weight than I am on my back. You know? And so I'm kind of unable to really push myself. And it's like I don't know. I'm not used to that. Like it's a new thing for me to get used to, is the not like really pushing and overexerting. And I understand the why. Like I've got to heal up. You know, but at the same time, it's just like, fuck, this is kind of boring.
That's part of it, though. That's part of, and part of that is, that's really important for taking care of yourself, is developing that discipline and making yourself do it. Because when it comes to, it's so fucking easy to get motivated.
Right.
You can get motivated in those first couple of weeks, like, yeah. The hard part is when you're like 6 months in and you just have one of those days where it's like, I don't even fucking want to do this.
Yeah, that's kind of a tipping point too.
But you still go. You don't have the best workout, but you get in there and you get sweaty and you do it.
Yeah, you at least go in and put your time in.
Yeah.
I know that's fuck, dude. That's all I'm, and that's kind of where I'm at now. Is that's all I'm doing. The only thing that's keeping me going at this point is just like I'm just like I've got to do this. This is a thing that I have to do. It's just part of my day. I have to go in and do this.
Well, it was similar for me because we spent about the same amount of time just not doing anything for very different reasons.
Right.
I haven't been injured, but I still spent about a little over a month just not working out.
Right.
Because I was just in such a pissy mood and having such a bad time. And I'm in the same boat where I have to basically just do my reps. Get that to kind of knock the rust off and feel okay with lifting heavy weight again.
Right.
And I don't like that either, but at the same time, since I hadn't done anything for so long, it feels so fucking good.
Are you still going to the gym?
No, I just do it. I have like a friend who lets me use their rack, and they've got weights, so I can just do it, and I can just go right. It's right by my house.
How do you like that as opposed to going to the gym?
It's different to me. It's still better than doing it at home for me, because I like to have like that separate place. Like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do this. This is workout time.
Right.
I have that separation. Like, home is for home stuff, work is for work stuff, and this place is for work. Gym's for working out.
Right.
The only thing I don't like about it is we don't have any type of cardio machine. I think they have a treadmill, but I kind of prefer. Like, I really wish I had an elliptical. I feel like I can get so much more out of that, especially since, we're in our mid-30s. I'd rather do that and not beat up my joints. Even though I fucking love running, I do. Holy shit, I love running. There's such a difference. Even though I feel like I get a really good workout on an elliptical, and I actually burn more running's
more fun.
From my research, I burn more calories. At least, if you go by a Fitbit, I don't know what's the over-under on that and how accurate they actually are. From what I understand, they're decent.
Right.
It gives you a decent window for what you're working with. But yeah, like, I burn a lot more on an elliptical than I do going out running like 3 miles. But boy, do I feel a million times better being outside.
Yeah, you're running. A physical dude. You like the movement from like point A to point B.
Yeah, even if I'm like, even like the main place I used to run was at this park near my apartment, and it was just like a walking trail that was measured out to a mile, and I was just doing laps around it. It wasn't like a perfect track like at a high school or something, but it was still just a circuit. And still, I love just doing that more than just running, opposed to sometimes where it might be raining or whatever, so I'd do my running at the gym on a treadmill. Because it still feels like I'm going somewhere, even if I'm just going in a circle. Because I'm not just running in place. Because that's still, I've gotten used to it, but it still feels awkward.
There is something to that. Obviously I'm not running, but I've been, I walk quite a bit. And so I've been doing that. And there is, I used to, I was on the elliptical machine a lot.
Yeah.
And until that fucked up. So now I'm I'm just walking, and there's something different to actually like physically moving from a spot. And like I say, like I have a little spot in the neighborhood that I walk around.
Right.
And I'll go around the same thing. I do it about 3 times. It takes about an hour.
Yeah.
And but it's just the actual walk. Like actually moving somewhere.
Yeah.
Changing location throughout my walk. It's I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot better than I did.
It's good. It's good for your head too.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
It's something about. I think it gives you that feeling of completing something. I guess like you made something, sort of. That's what I feel like. Like the difference between, say, if I was working and we'll say like this was going to be something I was going to bring up before, like as opposed to the work I do now, which I like. I love patient care. I love that person-to-person exchange. It's part of what I want to do. I just want to do it on a more specialized level. But there's just something else, say, like when we were pipelining and we would get all this pipe in the ground. It was covered up and measured right, and like, all right, we helped do this. We did this. Or when we would have to stake out a line and we would put the stakes in the ground for where everything was going to go. And you could see where they went by your line and cut down the trees and graded the right-of-way and all that. You get this like feeling of like, like yeah, we did that. Feel good about that.
Right.
And I get that more from like running or walking outdoors as opposed to just walking on treadmill.
I get you. Maybe that's what it is. I like I think to me it's being like outside, and I don't know. There's just something to do with that. Like usually when I'm outside, it's just in my yard, like mowing, and even then it's just like mowing or sitting around a fire.
Right.
I'm not like I guess like exploring or whatever, and it's kind of what it feels like to me. Like I'm
yeah. No, totally
traversing.
But at the same time, I still that for cardio, but I still enjoy that. I still enjoy those. Like gym vibes. There's something about it.
Gym vibes?
Yeah.
Like whenever you get a good gym bro?
Yeah. Which I haven't really done much of that, but even just like being there. Like I enjoy seeing other people like there's dudes like deadlifting like 500 pounds. There was like this chick, these chicks who would do like the hip thrust, but they would have like 300 pounds on that thing. I was like, dude, I only do like 100 pounds. I do a bunch of reps, but I'm not doing it that heavy.
Right.
Like I love seeing people do that. I'm into that. Like I feel good for them.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember the first time that I did like 315 on a deadlift. I felt really so excited about it, and there was a couple of guys down there, and they were like what's up? I was like, oh, I just did 315 for the first time. They go, oh man, that's really cool. Right. And it's really, there's
camaraderie.
There's some camaraderie there, and that goes back into like I wish people would give it more of a chance to know that like most people are like really excited for you to like do stuff for yourself. Like I saw this video the other day, and it was this kid. He was like 17. And he was doing a like 315 hang clean, and there's a bunch of kids. I guess it was a gym at school or something, right? And they're all in there, and they're just yelling, cheering him on, and everything. And it was really cool. But it's like, you know what? I bet at the same time, if there was a younger kid or someone else who was trying to like get in shape, and he was doing like something else like bench pressing like 135 for the first time,
right?
They would they would be just as excited to see that guy do that for the first time.
Oh shit, yeah.
And that's something that I like.
That's something
you don't really see that positive view of the gym that much.
I personally went through that experience like at the gym, like with the dude that was coming to the gym with me. He's a little dude, and we worked out together for a long time, and he got to the point where he was like put a plate on there, and he got it.
Yeah.
And like that was like I think like I probably felt almost as good as he did.
Right.
Like I was so fucking happy for this guy. It's just there's a weird sort of gym bond. That happens. You're really rooting for somebody to like achieve this goal, it's.
And you never hear that, and part of that is just the way that people paint. Like they go by stereotypes of what people that go to the gym how they're like, how they behave. Doesn't help. It
doesn't
doesn't help.
There are a lot of those people out there.
It does, but it also doesn't help that you have places like Planet Fitness that try to stifle any type of mentality.
I like Planet Fitness.
I'm gonna preface that with saying, like, that's where Planet Fitness is where I started, the gym I started going to also.
Right, and it is very non-threatening.
It is very non-threatening.
You don't have to eat the pizza, guys. You don't have to eat the pizza. You can actually go there and just work out and leave.
And it's also like, and then at the same time, other people try to paint it as like that's all they do is try to make you. Nobody ever encouraged me to eat pizza.
Yeah.
Or to grab those Tootsie Rolls.
Right.
They gave, as a matter of fact, those people gave zero fucks that I was there. All they were like, hey, you're signing in? All right, bud. Go back to reading my book.
Right. Nobody pushed pizza on me.
Nobody gave a fuck. Also, they have all their like propaganda about gym intimidation and all that.
Yeah.
This is more of the people like. There were lots of people. There were lots of big dudes in those gyms.
Yeah.
That I went to. Obviously, there's no free barbells there, so they can't do everything.
Right.
But I mean, I'm sure they were there because it's $10 a month. It's cheap. Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of tools there for what you want to, and it's what you make it. It's obviously not a powerlifting gym, but it's a great place for people to start.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you can grow it. You can grow out of it eventually.
Right. Or fucking don't. Like wherever you're working out, if you're working out, that's great.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I get it's an easy target because they're so fucking like, what was it I saw in there? It was like social fitnessing. That was it. Social fitnessing. Yeah. It was just they had a lot of terms like that. It was just like
buzzwords, stuff that's going to catch people's attention.
They make it easy to make fun of them.
They do.
And everything's like purple and yellow. And,
I mean, that's. I don't know, man. It's just.
It's goofy.
It is.
But it's also like a place where you can go work out.
It is.
You don't have to eat that pizza.
It's very cheap. Great place to start. And eventually you'll do whatever you do with it. And everyone else can ignore it if they don't. Like, yeah, if you do strongman, Planet Fitness isn't for you.
Right.
Why do you even care about it?
Right.
You're probably jealous that they don't have pizza at your gym because you're a strongman.
Right. You eat pizza.
Like, God, how you think I got this big? I gotta eat, bitch.
Right.
Eat, you skinny bitch.
Eat, skinny bitch.
Oh my God.
Yeah. No, I like Planet Fitness just fine. And I met some really cool people there.
I did too.
That cheered me on. It was not a terrible environment. I did have the lunk alarm go off on me a few times.
I still think
there were like some really annoying aspects of it. There were.
I still think that's wild that they did that to you because all the times I ever went, I've never seen anybody set it off. And like dudes way bigger than us, pushing way more weight.
Making way more noise.
I still think that those people were just fucking with you because you were a regular.
Why me though? Why didn't they ever fuck with anybody else?
I mean, maybe you.
Maybe
you're like Planet Fitness.
We weren't tight or anything. It's not like I went in and I was like, "Hey, Jonathan." I don't know if there's.
Maybe they just felt like you were an easy target. I don't know.
Right? Like, look at this little fucker. Check this shit out. This is gonna be hilarious. We're gonna pull a lunk alarm on that guy.
Yeah. How ironic.
Yeah. There are annoying aspects of it, but
I wonder what going to the gym.
It's a place to work out.
I mean, it's probably easy to understand, but I've always wondered what it would be like going to the gym as a woman. It's got to be miserable.
Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my God.
Dude, there was
It's gotta be the fucking worst.
When I was in Oklahoma, there was one chick in that Planet Fitness, and this girl was... She was there to do business. You could tell. She had resting bitch face on point. She had like her yoga pants and everything on, but it was obviously because you could tell like she was in very good shape. She was there to do work. And she had her like shields up. It's like, dude, you better not fucking have anything to do with me.
Right.
I did see one guy go up to her once and she looked at him like she was gonna steal his soul. And that dude fucked off.
Yeah, man.
And I felt bad because she knew what the fuck she was doing. I was always kind of wanting to ask her about exercises, but I didn't want to fucking bother her either.
Right. There is a weird thing at the Planet Fitness I went to. There was this weird thing. There were a lot of like personal trainers that would bring their clients there.
Cheap.
It's cheap. And
I bet they have like a black card, like that $20 card where you can bring a friend.
Dude, no, there was one dude that he would be in there with like, he would have 8 people with him. Like, no shit. Well, and that was like an extreme, he only did that a couple times, you know, and that was on the extreme end of it. But that did happen. He would have like 8 people with him. And, like, just fucking taking up so much room. And just, God, it was the worst.
Right.
And he wasn't the only one. There were a lot of people there that were like, personal trainers that would come in there with their clients and shit. And come there and like try to pick up clients. And it was just, you know, like you would be in the middle of you know, doing some squats or something and get like approached and get some sales pitch from just some fucking dude, you know, and then you would be in this awkward position of being like, no, dude, like.
That's weird. I never had that happen at the time. The little time I went to the one here, and when I went to the other ones I went to, I never had that experience. Well, it's really interesting. I wonder how I guess they just convinced people to get Planet Fitness memberships and then pay him on top of it.
I'm trying to think of how many there were.
Because, I mean, a day pass for there is like 20. I mean, it's like $25-$30. It's like you could get like three months worth of gym time instead of that. But you hated it, right? You hated seeing all those people in there taking up your space.
Sometimes, man. When there was.
How do you feel about that? When did you first like notice that mentality come on?
Well, I never viewed it as like, this is mine, you know. It was never like that. Like, this is my rack, or you know, just nothing like that. But there were times where people would like crowd you. You know, it's more like a personal space thing. Like I'm working out, and like for instance, I would at the time I was benching really heavy and squatting really heavy, you know, and eating a lot of stuff. So I'm benching, and it's one of the times this dude, he's got like just so many fucking people with him, and they're like at the rack right fucking next to me, all of them, just like dogpiled on this one fucking rack right fucking next to me. And like, so I would lift, and then I'd rack it, and then I would get up and I'd walk around for a second, and like one of his people like grabbed the bench, you know, and they just roll out, and she just like grabbed it, rolled it out, and just sat her fucking fat sweaty ass right on it. And I was like, okay, ma'am, like I need you to hop up, I need that bench, I'm trying to do some bench. And this happened like 3 fucking times, like in a row.
Jesus Christ.
Oh dude. So yeah, when it's times like that, yeah, I get a little bit territorial. I got a little snippy with her, but it was I was a little territorial of her not setting her fucking ass on right where I'm about to put my head.
I never had anything like that, but I do remember that I'd been probably really heavily working out, probably about 8 or 9 months by the time the first time I was there during New Year's, and I got so fucking pissed.
Got to wait on
there,
shit.
and like I was not able to use like my usual like fucking elliptical and shit like that, and people were taking up the fucking racks, and in my head I was like, God, I hate all you fucking bitches.
You're not even gonna fucking stay here.
It's like you're not even gonna stay 2 weeks, and you're eating up my time. My time is fucking precious.
Right?
I gotta get this shit done.
I'm here to get my shit in.
Right? I'm trying to get strong. You're here so you can feel good about this, and then forget you have this membership for 6 months.
Right? Yeah,
just keep paying it like it's fucking Netflix or something. It's just, yeah, I was bad about that. I developed kind of that shitty attitude.
I think, during times like that, I was like that. I was definitely territorial about shit, because it was just like, you know, I've fucking been here. Like, I'm serious about this. Like, I'm working on some shit. Like, I'm sorting my shit out.
I know that kind of contradicts the whole, hey, let's. I want you to succeed. I do want those people to succeed.
Just not here.
I want you.
Just not on my time.
I kind of looked at it like hazing. It's like, you know what? If you stick around and you're still here in 2-3 months, you're my boy. We're good. All these other people, they're fucking bitches.
Right.
Get them the fuck out of here. It's me and you, Frank. You hung out. You hung in there.
You made it.
You hung in there.
Clap,
I'm fucking proud of you.
I fucks with you.
Exactly.
Yeah. That exact thing happened. There was these 2 dudes that came in. It was around New Year's, and they started coming in, and I was like, "Fuck these guys." I was mad at them. I had to wait.
Right.
I had to wait on my Smith machine one time, and from that day forward, I was like, "Fuck these guys."
How dare you, fucking tourists, fucking make me
right. And I'm a regular here, and then that stretched on. They made it about 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, learn their names. Got to say hi. And then, we're several months in, and they're regular. They're starting to lose weight and shit. And I've rounded a corner with these dudes. I'm just like, hey man, good morning. Good for you, looking good, dude. Saw that gnarly lip the other day. Ripping off some daddies, huh? Looking good, buddy. Looking ripped. Looking jacked. Alright, I'll see you in there.
God, you're much more friendly than me. I was kind of like that chick I was talking about. I was like, I don't want to hear anything from any of these people. I'm here to do work.
Jim Hunter was a delightful guy.
But that's more of, I don't know. That's more of me in general. I'm the same way at a bar. I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm here to drink.
Right.
Or more specifically.
Holy shit! Wait, that's what you feel like when you're at a bar?
It's either that or I'm here to drive these fuckers home.
That must be. You don't have to go to a bar to drink though.
Yeah, but if I go to a bar, I'm going to drink. I mean, if I've made up my mind, I'm there to drink. I'm there for business. Just like the gym, I'm there for business.
Right.
I'm not here to make friends.
Right.
I'm here to crush skulls. But also be proud of people. It's a weird duality.
I think I like working out at home a lot more though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, definitely. It's better. It's just all around better. Don't have to fucking deal with any. The lack of bullshit is better than the good shit. I do really miss that sort of gym camaraderie though. That is sorely missed.
I will say, you mentioned this to me about from working out at home. The thing that I like the most from where I'm doing it is I don't have to wear headphones. That's dope. Just being able to take my speaker and set it up and jam out.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's really nice. It's got its pros and cons.
Also, I've noticed there will be some mornings I want to sleep in, so I'll sleep in, and then I'll work out in the evening.
You don't have to. And then you don't have to worry about getting ready and driving to the gym and all that shit.
Yeah, none of that shit.
It's right over there.
Yeah, I just work out right there. It's I don't know. It's lovely.
Nice.
Much prefer that. Don't have to listen to Cardi B music.
Oh my god.
Justin Biebs.
Post Malone breakup music.
See, and that's what happens when you forget your headphones and you go to the gym, you are subjected to whatever the fuck they're listening to. And it is fucking awful. It is the worst shit.
That or you've got your Bluetooth headphones and they die halfway through your workout or some shit.
Right.
Because I had that happen. I went from listening to fucking power metal to listening to Marshmello.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus, buddy.
And it made me want to go home right away.
Right. Right, though?
It's like, this shit's fucking done.
I've done that. I pulled up, made it all the way to the gym, pulled up and been like, what the fuck? And turned my ass. So there's a Walmart nearby.
Right.
And I showed up at the gym and I don't have my headphones. I'm like, motherfucker. And I would drive my ass to Walmart, run in, buy some headphones and go back. So I wouldn't have to put up with that shit.
No, I've done the same thing.
It's so hard.
Done the same thing.
It's so hard to lift to fucking Maroon 5, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Was that one band they always play? Train?
I don't know. I haven't listened to gym music in a long time.
It's
Even
like
the
adult contemporary.
Even the one I
like.
went to when I came home, it's the same way. They just play pop,
right,
or whatever.
Yeah. I can't lift to that, man. It's
I can't even do cardio.
Very
I can't even do cardio to that.
Yeah.
And it's weird because used to, when I was younger, I would just, I worked out in a shop.
Right.
And it didn't have anything like that, but a lot of times I would just turn the radio on. But also especially like on Saturday nights, they used to have like club mix night on the radio.
Right.
And that kind of worked for me.
Right on.
But I don't know. As I've gotten older, it's like, no, I need my headphones. I can't go back to that shit. Fuck that.
I can't. I can really only listen to metal. Like, that's it. Like, that's about all I can stomach.
No, I get that. Totally.
Like, at least to work out to, I mean. That's me. So is that it? Did we cover work?
Yeah, that was about work and jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a working jobs episode.
We'll
get it next time.
I don't know what we'll do next time. I had some ideas. I think I'm going to run them by you. But I don't know. We'll chalk this one up to us. I don't know.
Talking fitness a bit.
I mean, we like talking about...
We talked it out.
We did talk it out. That's something we can all... I mean, I'm always willing to come back to this, too. I don't know.
Speaking of fitness, Mike Tyson these days.
Boy,
holy shit.
Boy, that guy, like, he got in shape hard.
Do you think that steroids...
I'm sure there's probably a little bit there.
A few in there?
I mean, especially for someone at that age, it helps.
Also, he's Mike Tyson too. He's
Mike Tyson. I mean, he can take steroids if he wants to. I'm not gonna judge him.
Well, I mean, it's kind of testament to the, like, getting older and staying in shape. Like, you can absolutely do that, especially if you're somebody like Mike Tyson. You've already got a good foundation going for you.
He just had to clean it up.
Yeah, that was really it too.
Yeah.
What was it he said? His wife called him fat or something, and he started.
He's like, can't deal with that.
Yeah,
She was like, why don't you run on the treadmill for like 15 minutes a day, and that really quickly turned into like 2 hours.
Yeah, and then he turned back into Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Some people, he just had to. He dug down till he hit that old monster, and they pulled him out.
That's so crazy, though. How old is he? He's in his 50s, right?
I think he's mid-50s, early to mid-50s. I'm not sure. 52, 53 maybe?
Yeah. And so, I mean, he's not old. That's not old.
Right.
But it's getting old.
It's getting there, yeah.
And it's getting old.
But that's like you said, that's also someone who spent a really long time early in their life really taking good care of themselves. Though I'm sure he was on steroids back then, too.
Right.
No doubt. But... That's an athlete, like a lifelong athlete.
Right.
It's not like either one of us would have that. We waited way too long to start taking care of ourselves.
Right. We have no foundation.
I'm
building a foundation now.
Yeah, really late. I really get frustrated at myself thinking about that.
Right.
It's like, man, I could have been doing this when I was 15. I should have.
I know it. And see, the thing is my dad always had the equipment and stuff there, and it was like, I can remember, like, going through phases where I would use it a lot.
Right.
That would always just taper off, and I'd forget about it.
Why didn't I like this back then? I love it so much now.
I know.
It's weird.
And I would have a good foundation. Probably would have fucked me back up. Probably would have been fine.
Probably
would have been fine.
That's another thing. Oh, hey, quick tip. You guys do work your glutes. Work your glutes. That supports your lower back. That's why your backs are bothering you so much.
Do them squats.
Yeah.
Gotta do squats.
You gotta glutes specifically for lower back problems. Lots of people I hear say that have lower back problems.
Kettle squats.
Kettle squats?
Yeah, that you see the really wide stance squats.
Are they not sumo squats?
Yeah, they do sumo squat.
They have a different name?
I've
never heard of that.
Maybe.
I thought sumo was just a stance for like deadlift and squats.
Well, whatever it is, you get like you get a dumbbell and you hold it in your hands in front of your chest, and then you squat, or a couple dumbbells, whatever you want to do, whatever's comfortable. But you get weight, you hold it in front of you.
Yeah.
Get in a very, past your shoulders, wide-legged stance. Do your squat.
That or do some hip... Hey, guys, I'll tell you straight up, do some hip thrusts. Who cares if it looks like you're fucking the air? Shit's good for you. It's going to put weight on your deadlift and your squat and make work those glutes. Had a dude tell me when I was doing that, it was a guy that owned the gym. He was like, I'm really glad that you don't mind doing those because they're so good for you. He's like, I have to do them at home because I feel self-conscious. And I was like, I don't give a fuck what any of these people think.
Right.
I'm trying to get big.
I'm trying to get big.
I'm trying to deadlift 400 pounds. I don't give a fuck about these peasants.
Oh God, I miss chasing a PR. I do miss that.
Right.
I miss that real bad.
Well, all right. I guess we did it. It was what it was.
I think we talked it out.
We did talk it out. Yeah, you can find us on a lot more platforms now. I can't remember all of them. Spotify, Google Podcast, Castbox, and there was a few other ones I've never heard of, like Breaker, Pocket Cast. We're on like 7 different platforms, but I might we'll put this on YouTube anyway. You can go to those apps and just search up Chace and Hunter, and it should come up. There's a couple others I'm actively trying to get us on. They're just kind of got hung up, sort of. But yeah, we're out there. You can find us. And you can do that instead of just maybe if YouTube gives you problems. Or if you want to like put it on your phone so you can, turn the screen off. Like when you download a podcast. Yeah. So we're out there. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it. So also, I'm not going to yell this time. That was bad for earphone listeners.
Do you think there are any earphone listeners?
I listen to lots of stuff with my earphones or my my earbuds, things like that. That was rude. I'm not gonna do that.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
On Chase's behalf.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll holler at you later, fellas. We'll see what we do next week. Later.